ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति।
Mahopanisad, chapter 6, mantra 22. Read.
संसार रात्रि दुस्वप्ने शून्ये देहमये भ्रमे सर्वमेवापवित्रं तत् दृष्टं संश्रुति विभ्रमम्।
The bhavana, the thoughts, the thinking of anatma has to be discarded. Presently, we have got values for sense pleasure, sense object. Our mind is always centered on these vishayas, in short, in the world. Thereby, there is always a constant flux of thoughts, of course, related to anatma. As a result, our swarupa, which is Paramananda Swarupa, gets obstructed, and thereby we get denied the experience of our true nature Paramananda, even though 24/7 we do experience our real nature Atma coupled with the Visheshas, the features of all these anatmas figured in the antakarana in the form of thoughts. So, by Viveka Vairagya and certain practices as guided by Shastra, we have to make the mind free from these obstructions in terms of anatma thoughts figuring in the antakarana, wherein our real nature gets revealed as it is. In this context, what was the plight of this mumukshu in the state of ignorance is being described. As so far discussed, the mumukshu has got the knowledge. Before getting Atma-jnana, self-knowledge, what was his plight in samsara? How he got deluded, that is now being described here. In short, we can say that it is the lamentation or bewailing of an ignorant person. Samsara ratri dukha dussapne shunne dehamaye brahme tadrushtam samsruti vibramam sarvam eva apavitram. In this bad dream called samsara, or in this bad dream seen in the night of samsara. Samsara ratri. The samsara, the empirical existence, is called as night, because in night, in darkness, you always get subjected to fear. Dangers can be there. You may lose many things. Therefore, this empirical existence called samsara, that is night, dussapne, a bad dream, a horrifying dream, a sorrowful dream. And where is it? Shunne dehamaye brahme. Appearing in this body. What is that? Which is nothing but shunya, means empty illusion of the body. In this empty illusion of the body. Because the body is nothing but illusion. You may wonder, how is it so? What is illusion? Truly not there, but appears to be there. If it is not at all appearing, there is no question of illusion. Truly not there, but appears to be there. What you mean by truly not there? A truly and existing entity never gets negated. A truly existing entity ever exists in the past, in the present, in the future. Now, from this norm, you verify whether your body is true or false. Again, you may say, which body you are talking to? Gross body is not available in the dream. Dream body is not available in the sleep. They come and go. So therefore, see, availability must be in terms of cognition. Don't tell, no, when I slept, my body I was lying on the bed. But as far as you are concerned, you are not aware of the body, means at that time, for you, the jiva as an entity, the body doesn't exist. So from that standpoint, in this empty illusion of body, illusion called body also, tadrushtam sad samsruti brahma, all this delusion of samsara, coming, going, coming, going, coming, going, is what? What are the scenes? Sarvam eva apavitram. Everything is literally impure. Impure in the sense sorrow ridden. Everything in this was sorrow ridden. Even the so-called pleasures are what? They are the carriers of sorrow. You see that you cannot have a joy without sorrow. Both are together. Now, which one you are saying? You have no option. For every joy, you have to pay in the currency of sorrow. It can't be joy. It can't be happiness. Happiness must be such that you are always happy without any trace of sorrow. That's what you want. Everyone wants to be happy but never to be sorrowful. So therefore, this purchase of little joy at the cost of payment of sorrow is not joy at all, is not happiness at all. So therefore, sarvam eva apavitram, nothing but sorrow. Further, what is this plight? Let us see. Continue.
अज्ञानोपहतो बाल्ये यौवने वनिताहतः शेषे कलत्र चिन्तार्थः किं करोति नराधमः
बाल्ये अज्ञानोपहत अज्ञानेन उपहतः यौवने वनिताहतः वनितया हतः शेषे कलत्र चिन्तार्थः कलत्र चिन्तया आर्तः नराधमः किं करोति? बाल्ये, in childhood, what is the plight of every child? Ajnanopahata, stupefied, upahata, stupefied by ignorance. Ignorance of everything in childhood. Yauvane, when it becomes young, vanita hata, vanquished by a woman, always after a woman. Sheshe, the remaining life, kalatra chintartaha, kalatra chintaya artha, artaha, distressed by the chinta, anxiety, concern about who? Kalatra. Kalatra means wife. Your wife is Upalakshana for family. Children, this, property, this and that. Son didn't get admission for the medical college. Nothing like that. What to do? So, this means all anxiety and concern about the family. Says in such a plight, Naradhamaha, this wretched man, Kim Karoti, what worthwhile thing he can accomplish in life? Whole life is a waste. This should make you recall a more or less similar verse from Bhaja Govindam. Balastavat krida saktaha tarunastavat taruni saktaha vruddhastavat chinta sakta parame brahmani kopina sakta. Balastavat, so long as a child, krida sakta, all the time play, 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 play. Tarunastavat taruni sakta, or taruni rakta. Young, always offer a wife, a woman to get married and all that. Vruddhastavat chinta sakta. Old age, at least they have to retire. Just from profession, he has retired. But the mind has not retired. that mind is so much engrossed in all chintas, anxiety, concern. So many desires are there, yet he can't fulfill, more miserable. When he was young, at least he used to struggle to get the desires fulfilled. Now he can't even put forth the effort. The body is not cooperating. So therefore, Naradhamaha, Sheshe Siddha, Parame Brahmani Kopina Sakta. No one is interested in Parabrahma. Entire human life is a total waste because human life is not designed for khao, piyo, maja karo. Khana, pina, sona, marna is not the goal of human life. Every human being, because of being born as human, has a great duty towards oneself. Before this body dies, he should ensure that he gets Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. If he doesn't, great calamity of Punarjanma, transmigration, is awaiting. Yajnavalkya in Brihadaranyaka says, Yo vai gargi aksharam aviditva praiti saha kripana. O gargi, anyone dies without gaining the knowledge of Akshara Brahma, Atma, is a kripana. Kripana means Dina, not miser, Dina, wretched person. Why? Because he was given the special faculty of buddhi, which has got the capacity to get the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Akshara Jnana. He has not used that, he has misused that and left the body. Really a pitiable person, a wretched person. So, that means having been born as human being, we should know that we have a special duty towards ourselves also. Duty conscious people always promote and describe the duties towards others. As for Shastra, yes, they need to be taken care of before taken to the pursuit of Adhyatma. Otherwise, you will have guilty conscience. I should have done it, but I didn't. Such a mind with guilt is not fit to take to Atma Vichar. That doesn't mean, in the name of discharging the duty, whole lifelong you'll be there looking, doing babysitting and all that. No. Whatever that is, duty is that you do, and then mind your own business to discover what your Swarupa is. As far as duties toward others concerned, kartavyam krutam maya bhavitavyam bhavatya. I have done what needs to be done. What happens is not in my hand. There are many causes for that. So that attitude must be there. And therefore, afterwards, our effort have to be redirected towards gain the Atmajnana. That is why, as per the ashrama system, Varna system, ashrama system, our life is graded. Brahmacharya studies, Grihastha household, then comes Vanaprastha, semi-retirement, then sannyasa, total retirement, but not a life of laziness, fully taking to Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, sannyasa that way. As for sannyasa, some people have a doubt, or even at one place, Bhashyakara has said in some context, in Sutra Bhashya, sannyasa is for Brahmanas. But Bhashyakara didn't mean that others are not eligible to sannyasa. Here comes the role of three types of sannyasa. The context is Eshana Traya Vitthana, Lokeshana, Vitteshana, and Putraishana. Putraishana, Vittaishana, Lokeshana. Having reason about that, Bhikshacharyam Charanti. Now, actually there, what is said is, having known Brahma, take to sannyasa, means it is Vidvat sannyasa. The same statement, little by alteration, can be taken. Having taken to sannyasa, Vividish sannyasa, they gain the knowledge. But when Bhashyakara says only Brahmana, he means Varna sannyasa. Three types of sannyasa are there. Varna sannyasa, Vividisha sannyasa, Vidvat sannyasa. What is this Varna sannyasa? Again, generally, for sannyasa, kama tyaga, eshana tyaga, giving up his desires is indispensable. But it is so prominent in the case of Vividisha sannyasa and of course Vidvat sannyasa. A Varnashrama sannyasi who is a Brahmana has undergone Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and he takes a sannyasa. He may not be a total vairagi. A Vividisha sannyasi has to be a vairagi. A Vidvat sannyasi, because they already got knowledge, is of course a vairagi. But one who takes sannyasa as per the Varna system may not be free from desires. If he is free from desires, he is a Vividisha sannyasi. Otherwise, for this Varna sannyasi, certain practice is given, certain upasana is given. And this sannyasi has a desire for Brahmaloka. He doesn't have another desire. He has risen above all other desires, except the desire for Brahmaloka, for which certain anusthana, upasanas are to. It is this sannyasa which Bhashyakara says is told as a for Brahmana. As for others, he accepts sannyasa for Shudra, Kshatriya, or even ladies. Because Sutra Bhashya found that Bhashyakara has accepted the sannyasa of Vidura. Vidura is a Shudra, born Shudra mother. Gargi is a lady. Also, at the time of Janaka, there was a sannyasini called Sulabha, great yogini. Actually, she was a princess, very beautiful and highly talented with total maturity. She knew all shastras and this yoga and all that. There was no proper match for her and the husband, nor was she interested in the household life. But the vairagya was there. She took it yogic practice, etc. And narration is there. She challenged Janaka. That everywhere I hear Janaka. She challenged. And actually, she defeated Janaka. Of course, Janaka was a jnani, but in front of her, she got Sulabha, who a lady also, a woman also, is accepted as a sannyasi. The question comes whether she can be called a sannyasi or sannyasini, swami or swamini, because if you bring ini, feminine gender comes there. For an entity who has given up everything, where is the gender? Masculine or feminine? Anyway, Vyavahara counts. So, it is the Varna sannyasa which Shankaracharya accepts only for Brahmanas, whereas Vividisha, Vidvat is accepted by him in the case of any jnani belonging to any Varna. It's very clear. You should know that some may say, oh, this Shankaracharya was only for favoring Brahmanas, etc. No, it's not that. It's not that. So, in this sense, what it is, having been born as a human being, the first and foremost duty is to know our Swarupa. If we don't do that, the precious life as a human is a total waste, and we know not when the next human embodiment is going to come. And when the next human embodiment comes, we also know not whether favorable conditions will be there to gain the knowledge or not. So therefore, on the emergency measure, having been born as human being, our first and foremost concern must be to gain this knowledge. Even if we lack in terms of preparation of the mind and many other things, pray to Ishvara. He is ready to help us all along. But there cannot be any compromise for not gaining the Atma Jnana in the human existence. So therefore, in the state of ignorance, as a child, total ignorance or play. As a young man, after the wife, etc., means all married life. For ladies, the husband, like that, not that only man and a woman. Mutual married life. That's only the goal of it. And afterwards, Chintamagna, always engrossed with the worries, anxieties, and all. And now, see, you want to live always. You want to be happy. You want something beautiful. Choose it. See, take to immortality, give up mortality. Take to beautiful things, give up ugly things. Take to happiness, give up sorrow. What big deal is that? Why are we crying like this? Because these two are always together. Existence, immortality, ever existence. This non-existence, mortality are always together. One above the other. Beauty, ugliness together. Joy, sorrows together. How to pick up one to the exclusion of the other? A teapot is there, tripod. You pull one leg, entire tripod comes. Like that. If you opt for happiness, sorrow comes. Opt for immortality, death is bound to be. Something beautiful, ugly things are. Truly speaking, we have no choice. Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Yat tadagre amrutopam pariname vishamya. The sense pleasures are nectarine to begin with, but they end in vishamya, like a dreaded poison in salt. One immortality to the exclusion of mortality is not. That is how he says, read
Sato satta sthita murdhi ramyana murdhya ramyata sukhana murdhi dukkhani kimekam samshrayamyaham.
Sataha Murdni, asatta sthita. Ramyana murdni aramyata. Sukhana murdni dukkhani. Kim ekam aham samshrayami. Kim ekam aham samshrayami. Sataha murdni. Murdni means on the head of Sat, existence. What is that? Asatta sthita. Non-existence is there. You can verify. You take any blessed thing from the world. It is there or not? Yes. Any guarantee how long it is going to be there? Guarantee. No, it is there. That is not an answer. Any guarantee? With the next moment it will be there? No guarantee. Nature of thing to get to perish. Change. It may not totally perish. It changes. An entity which is a source of joy can turn out the source of sorrow next moment. Entity remains the same. No guarantee. Ramyana murni aramyata. On the head of beautiful thing, there is ugliness. In fact, this beauty is a concept, an indigenous concept. A thing or a being held as beautiful by one person may be ugly from the standpoint of another. You can verify the word. The newly married boy thinks that his wife is the most beautiful. Miss World only. The friend says, from where did this fellow get this guy? Get this guy? It's a concept. In the Kannada, there is a saying, ಹೆತ್ತ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಹೆಗ್ಗಣ ಮುದ್ದು. To the mother who has delivered a child, the child, even though is ugly like a rodent, heggana, rodent, muddu, cute. One's vision. So that's nothing, but it's a concept. Concept. See, just see. A beautiful woman from African tribal clan, a beautiful woman from Western country. Compare and contrast. But to those people, that is beautiful. It's only a concept of this. But with beauty, ugliness is there. You can't separate them. So that is further. Sukhana murdi dukkhani. This is much more important. On the head of joys, there is sorrow. Joy to the exclusion of sorrow is not possible. Sorrow to the exclusion of joy is not possible. This is the truth. Then this is the thing. What can I choose? as something only existence, only beauty, only joy, impossible. So therefore I say, Kim ekam aham saushrayami. How one of these two can I resort to? Means it is not possible. Now longevity. Living for a long period about it. So read.
येषां निमेषणामेषौ जगतः प्रलयोदयौ तादृशः पुरुषा यान्ति मादृशां गणनैव का
Jagata pralayodaya yesham nimeshanonmeshau tadrishaha purushaha yanti madrisham ka eva ganana madrisham ka eva ganana. Jagataha pralayodaya. The udaya, utpatti of Jagat. Then pralaya, dissolution, destruction of Jagat. These, for those whom they are like what? Nimeshanonmesha. Nimeshana means closing the eyelids. Unmeshana means opening the eyelids. Like closing or opening the eyelids. Those great, like Hiranyagarbha, etc., Brahmaji, etc., the creation and destruction are like the opening and the closing of the eyelid, means so natural. And they are what? Not free from destruction. Tadrishaha purushaha yanti. Even such great, mighty ones, purushaha, tadrishaha, of that type, yanti, pass away, not permanent. You know that Brahmaji gave answer to Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu did a great tapas invoking Brahmaji. Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. As Upasana, he has to give the result. He has done properly. Brahmaji appeared in front of him. Come on, Hiranyakashipu, what you want? Ask for boon. He said, I want to be immortal in this body. I want to be immortal in this body. Brahmaji said, sorry, leave alone you. Even I can't be immortal in this body. How can I give that boon? Beyond me. Then you know what he asked for. He thought he's a great lawyer. And he asked for a boon, which according to him, he cannot get death on account of all the causes of death, time, etc., weapons and all that. They were a law department there. Vishnu has got a law department. He found a loophole. And Narasimha, he was killed. He had asked, I should not be killed by beast and Devatas and humans. Nara, Siva, neither of these. I should not be killed by any weapons, claws. I should not be killed on the earth or antariksha. It was put on the lap and then thrown. I should not be killed daytime or night, at dusk. Same thing was the case of Ravana. Ravana forgot to put the clause that he should not be killed by humans, because humans, what they can do? I'm not so powerful. Rama in the form of Nara, the human killed him. ये चालाकी नहीं चलती. So therefore, those mighty ones whose winking of the eye, closing and opening the eyelids is what like the creation and dissolution. They pass away. If that is the case, Madrisham Kayeva Ganana. What are you talking of people like me? Yajnani said, we are nowhere. One corona is enough. That's where it comes. So that is. So that being the case, this samsara itself is nothing but sorrow. And one who is caught up in this, how can he ever hope to be happy? The question is asked. Continue.
संसार एव दुःखानां सीमान्त इति कथ्यते तन्मध्ये पतिते देहे सुखमासाद्यते कथम्.
Samsara dukkhanam simanta eva iti kathyate tanmadhe patite dehe sukham katham asadyate. Tanmadhe patite dehe sukham katham asadyate. What is samsara? Dukkhanam simanta eva. Simanta means climax. Samsara means climax of sorrow. You know, for samsara, sagara word is used. Samsara sagara, because just as how difficult it is to cross over ocean, so difficult it is to cross over samsara. Simanta iti kathya is what is said, described in the Shastra. Now a person who is fallen in this samsara sagar, tan madhye patite dehe, the body which has fallen means which is there in the samsara. Katham sukham asadyate. How can it get the joy? Means not at all, it's not possible. Because as we have seen this many times, Bhagavan Krishna's statement. Bhagavan has put a nameplate for this world. Anityam asukham lokam. Keep this in mind. Anityam asukham lokam. Remind you. Because in the light of what we aspire for, etc. Anityam asukham lokam. Anityam asukham lokam. Anityam asukham lokam. This is the nature of the world. This is the nature of the world. And find out what we aspire from this. Is it justifiable or not? If it's not justifiable, am I not going to get subjected to sorrows? Viveka should come. Anityam asukham lokam. Anityam asukham lokam. Imam prapya bhajasvama. Seek me, having come into samsara, which is impermanent, anitya, asukha, in which really joy is not there. Who said this? Krishna. Who is Krishna? Jagat Guru. We adore him. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. But do we take into cognition what he has said about his Jagat? Do we do that? We expect and struggle all the time to get Nitya Sukha in this Anitya Jagat. Is it not? No, we struggle to get Nitya Sukha. How is it possible? Bhagavan himself said Anityam Asukam. So Satya Sai has to get illustration. In Andhra and Karnataka, there is a concept of what is called as military canteen. Board. Military canteen. It's a video clipping I saw. You know what is that name of the canteen? Govinda Das Military Canteen. Ayo Rama. Govinda. What is military canteen? Where only a restaurant where only non-veg food is served. Military canteen is what? A restaurant wherein only non-veg food is served. And now this name, Govinda Das Military Canteen. Like no Ganesh Bedi. Anyway. Now that a person was very hungry went. Waiter came. Sir, what can I give you? He said, look, I'm very hungry. Put one masala dosa, but it will take time. Meanwhile, give me idli and vada sambar. The waiter is looking up and down. Sir, did you not see the board outside? This is military canteen. Only non-veg food is available here. How can you expect here masala dosa, idli sambar? Like that. Anityam asukham lokam. Bhagavan already said, impermanence, no sukha. And we all the time hanker for nityatva and sukha. Will they get it? Can Krishna be wrong? Yet we follow cat psychology. You know what is cat psychology? It is said, maybe true. Cat is a poacher. From house to house it goes. And it knows where the milk is kept. Nowadays, fridge, etc. Their older days, fridge were not there. And it drinks the milk. It is said, while drinking the milk, it closes the eyes. Otherwise, you know, she will get a beating on the back. So nobody will come to know. Only because you close the eyes, things will be otherwise. Like that. In Aditya Sukha Loka, we somehow try to neglect the aspect of Aditya Sukha and expect Nitya Sukha. If we get subject to sorrow, there is nothing strange in that. So only because we close the eyes, things cannot be otherwise. Of course, Krishna once did it, not for this purpose, in some other context, as a play, Balakrishna. Means closing the eyes, I am telling. for some other thing, not for that. One day at noon, Balakrishna, child, went to Yashoda, pulling the border of the sari. Amba, Deisha Chashakam. Amba, oh mother, Dehi, give me Chashakam. Of course, I don't remember exact wording, but somewhat I'll give you what actually happened. Chashakam means a cup. What he meant by cup is cup filled with milk. Vishwa said, Nasti aduna. There is no milk now. Because not like nowadays. Morning you get and you heat and keep in the fridge, etc. They used to milk the cows, sell whatever not required, and drink whatever they want, rest put for the curds. By noon, there is no milk. Again, when? Evening milking. That's the custom. Nasti aduna. There is no milk now. Kadava asti. When it will be there? Krishna asked. Ratrau. Night. Karatri. Krishna asked. Child Krishna. What is night? Sarvatra andhakare. Everywhere there is darkness. When there is darkness everywhere, that is night. Netre pidhaya. Chasha amba. Chashakam dehi. Iti bruvana Krishna na patu. That Krishna who closed the eyes. During darkness, my mother said what? When darkness is there, the night is there. Close the eyes and started nagging the mother. Give me milk, give me milk. May that Krishna protect us, bless us, a writer's vision. Whether it was in the Bal Leela or we don't know. But he has composed that way. So the one who closed eyes thinking that mother told night is when the everywhere andhakara. He closed everywhere with a child. So like that. Krishna also did, but in different context. But we do it as a cat psychology. Who gets affected? We only. So therefore, let us not sidetrack the facts in life. Let us be very careful about them. So therefore, in this about samsara, how can there be happiness? Look, bondage is, Mahopanisad only said, bondage is centered on desire. Desire means mind comes. Mind itself is the bondage. And the same mind can be liberation. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo bandhaya vishayasaktam muktyai nirvishayam mana. Mind alone is the cause of both bondage and liberation. Vishayasaktam mana. Mind engrossed in the sense pleasure. Bandhaya bhavati. Muktyai nirvishayam manaha. The one who is free from vishayas, free from desire, in no time can gain the moksha. Ball is in our court, especially centered in the mind, much more precisely desires. We have to discover this. Our lifestyle should change accordingly. Otherwise, how long can you resort to cat psychology until back hammer comes? So therefore, in this samsara, which is the climax of sorrow, what happiness can you expect? No. Then take to with that, where you can discover yourself to be Paramananda, totally free from sorrows. We'll continue.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महिषा ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।